cool, Sean. We cool.
Guys.
So you going out tonight, B?
Yeah, got a pass to Underground. Are you guys?
Yeah. We're just gonna go to a couple parties and...
It took me 3 weeks of ass kissing just to get into one.
Oof, a lot of blood. So... Good thing you didn't get pink eye.
Dum 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 151 rum in a blunt young.
Hi, Katie and
hello.
And Carey. Thank you so much for your time. I had so much fun watching Emergency. So I'm going to start with you, Katie. What was like the inspiration for the script?
The inspiration came from a lot of places. It's loosely inspired by things that really happened to some of my friends, but loosely inspired by. But we wanted to tell a story that was about, the moment that we're living in right now. And the story for me, so I'm Latina, I'm Mexican American, my family's from Los Angeles. I grew up in LA area. And, if you're a person of color in America, you have this burden of having to think at all times about how you're being perceived. And, I think so my family, I'm one of the pale people in my family, but there are a lot of dark-skinned people in my family, and how you're treated in the world and how you have to navigate the world very much depends on the color of your skin. And that's the unfortunate reality that we live in. So we wanted to talk about that in this movie and highlight the absurdity of the fact that if you're in an emergency situation and you're a person of color, you have to do this calculation of, am I more afraid of the emergency or of calling 911? And that's, on some level, the absurdity of that situation is kind of darkly funny, but also the stakes are high. The stakes are really high. So in this movie, that comes across as it's, balancing the comedy and also the thriller elements. So writing the script was a lot of fun to write, just because we got to do a bunch of we got to kind of turn the college party movie tropes on their head and do something hopefully that would be unexpected. You think what kind of movie it's going to be going in, and then it does something else.
That's why I like it a lot, because it starts with something and then, oh my God, that's something completely different there. So I'm going to come back to you, Carey. What was your biggest challenge? Because you have some scenes, especially towards the end, the run, you have that scene. I don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
the scene in front of the emergency room. But what was your biggest challenge?
Technically for me, so we have a lot of driving in the film. A big chunk of the movie is in the van. For me, as director, the challenge was shooting that, because we could not actually shoot on location, and we ended up, for time constraints, we had to shoot kind of block shoot that stuff. So literally we had to do everything facing on Kunle this way. We had to shoot for through the script all the different emotional beats. So that was a challenge too, because you want to try to shoot as much in chronological order and stay in the same emotional beat as much as possible, but it was jumping from these beats that were pages away, and as the movie goes, things escalate, so we'd have to do that was a challenge for me. But all the actors were so strong, they were able to jump into that and get it. But for me, just emotionally, I'm all right, okay, wait, now we're here. The Karens have just happened, so he needs to be here, blah blah blah.
Movie magic.
That's the little bit of that was a challenge for me, but we got through it, and it facilitated us getting the schedule done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what we can expect of Emergency?
I guess I hope that they find an unexpected experience. I guess I think that what they can expect is to watch a movie that's very much about a friendship. And we wanted to make a movie that it's about these it's social commentary. It's about the state of the world we live in, but we're trying very hard not to just beat you over the head with a message, because I don't think anybody likes when you're just being lectured at by a movie, you know. We wanted very much not to do that, and we wanted to make this a movie that would be cathartic for people to watch who've been in that position before, of having to, you know, having to do the calculus of like, how am I being perceived right now? Like, do I seem like a threat? Like, is there anything I can do to avoid that? And but also be a fun experience, and also, you know, an interesting experience for people who have not been in that position. But like I think that we really wanted it to be a movie that's cathartic for people to watch who have, more than anything else. And also, a story of these friends. And I mean, that was something that, like, as a writer, it was so helpful for me to have a director who was very focused on grounding the relationship of the movie, and like really emotionally just taking them seriously. Because I think a lot of movies about young people, they're like, it can be afraid of going there and being vulnerable, and like and leaning a little bit more into cynicism. And I think this movie is not a cynical movie at all.
I don't want people to expect anything. Just go in and you know, let these characters wash over, you know, you, and go on the roller coaster ride of this night.
Amazing. I just want to thank you so much for your time. A lot of success, and I hope everybody liked the movie like I did. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
151 rum in a blunt, young.
Our legendary tour. We're going to 7 parties tonight, bro.
You should take it easy. Don't get Kunle into any trouble. That boy's black excellence.
Oh, come on. We only gonna have 5 minutes when we get back to pregame, change, and leave.
Sean, what? Where's Carlos? There's an unconscious white girl in our living room.
What?
Okay, she's alive. We should call 911.
Hey, stop! You crazy?
We didn't do anything wrong.
We don't have to do nothing wrong, Kunle. The cops are not gonna listen. They just gonna come in here and see 3 brown guys hanging over this little white girl.
We looked everywhere, and we can track her on your phone.
We can't just leave her somewhere. We take her to the hospital.
Shotgun.
I told you we should just call 911, but you...
Looks like she's in that car.
What the hell is going on? We don't know who she is. Actually, she just told me that she's in high school. No!
Run, Ricky, run, dum, 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 run, Ricky, run, Ricky, run, dum, dum, dum.
Think about it statistically. How many people actually get shot by the cops? It's like really, really unlikely, right?
What are you talking about?
911, what is the nature of your emergency?
My city go dum, 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 151 rum in a blunt, young.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.